Brothers and sisters, I think I know what this world is coming to. Hey y'all, check this out. Update. Just to um show y'all a few things, man, because I see it's gonna take a long. It may take more than 2 days. Matter of fact, I'm sure it is. It's gonna take more than it might take 5 days. Then again, because I got a lot of things that I'm trying to set in motion. You know, it's not so big things. It's not so much. But nevertheless, listen. I told you I was gonna show you the list of the correspondence and things of this nature. Now, here is the list. All right. Okay. Here's the list. All right. Let me see if you can get some of this. Okay. It's gonna be backwards. It's gonna be backwards, so I'm gonna shoot them to you anyway, real quick. But you can pick them up off of any damn website. There go the website right there. All right, now I'm gonna read them to you. See, at the top is the positive. All right, these are the positive, the triple positive. All right, and then it's the one down here. It gets weaker, and then it goes into the negative, and these are the triple negatives down here. All right. So and I wrote in because I understood by making the generator, it states these need to be at rest, and while the negatives is moving. All right. So anyway, at the top, the most positive, right at the top, the triple positives, right at the top is air. Then it's the human hand or skin. All right, that's the top. For to be the most positive. Now understand, positive and negative got to work together. We hold a negative charge. Your skin is positive. All right, ether. All right, your skin is like the sun. All right, and I'm seeing something out there a little bit. Nevertheless, so the hand and the skin is actually a positive. All right, up under the hand and the skin is asbestos. Imagine that, asbestos. You know, and there's something about that asbestos, though. All right. Well, I'm gonna throw it out there since I've spoken it. Asbestos. They was removing it from buildings, right? Because they said it would make people sick and get you all whatever, right? But check this out. Asbestos was never harmful. It only became harmful when you tried to remove it, because then and only then will it be chipping up and tearing up and shit. Nevertheless, something like that lead. When they told us lead paint was causing problems, and they made these city ordinance to take it off your house, you know, and they got everybody to believe in that, and everybody to go with that, and everybody was fine and dandy with that, right? Right? Yeah, they was super fine and dandy with that, because they thought it was a health issue. But it was no health issue. It was because them satellites, them Dopplers, or whatever, couldn't see in your crib. And they couldn't use thermal graphics to find out how many people was in there, what was you doing, and things of this nature. Just all that type of shit. But understand this, by removing that lead, right? Because gamma rays can't get through lead, nor can it get through thick concrete. All right. So check this out. So we got air at the top, human, according to this, all right, and I'm sure they couldn't have listed all the damn elements. I mean, you know, all of the different little things out here. But nevertheless, okay, we got air at the top, human hand and skin, then it's asbestos, then it's rabbit fur, then it's glass, all right? Then it's human hair is under the glass, then it's mica, then it's nylon, wood, lead, cat fur, silk, aluminum, paper, cotton. All right. Now it stops at cotton. Then it goes to the negative. And if the negative, it starts with steel, wool, or not steel wool, but steel, right? One word. Then wool. Then lucite, or Lucite. And then it's sealing wax, to seal something, sealing wax. Then it's amber. Then it's rubber balloon. Then it's hard rubber. Then it's mylar. Then it's nickel, copper, silver, UV resistance, brass, synthetic rubber, gold, comma, platinum on the same line. And then it's sulfur, acetate, meaning rayon or rayon, and polyester, celluloid, cellophane, that's like that, and acrylic, and polyvinylidene chloride, meaning saran wrap. All right, the last like 12 I stated is negative. All right, so these are correspondence. But if you take two of the same objects, all right, if you take two positives, now listen to this. If you take two of the same objects and rub them together, one of them will become negatively charged. All right. Now we got a far way to go with some of this, right? But nevertheless, I'm gonna show you some of the things, right? Hate to show you something that's gonna be turned backwards, but nevertheless, maybe you can flip it. Nevertheless, listen. This is what's called, what they really call it, a Van de Graaff generator. All right, it's called a Van de Graaff generator. Right, it looks like a Tesla coil, but it's made different. All right, now you see how this is the belt I was telling you about. This belt. And I heard it can be charged. You can use positive or negative and vice versa terms. But this cylinder up at the top, this dome at the top, is going to release negative ions. All right. Now, you can set it up that it runs positive ions, as I was saying. All right. It just depends on how and what you are trying to do. All right. Now, back to this one. All right. Now, it's a correspondence with these because the belt, okay, the belt, as you see, can be rubber, it could be nylon, it could be any one of the things I named. And it just turns by a motor, right? It turns by a motor, you know what I'm saying? Like this. That's rubber. This is some, what is that? Copper, all right, and it connects to the what's name. But it's what I want to show you simply is that by this belt turning and spinning, okay, it can spin fast or slow, but it's better to spin, medium into fast. It doesn't matter. But it got these two copper combs, all right, and these combs collect the ions, the negative ions that's coming off the belt mixed with the air, so it connects. And the copper does not touch the belt. It just be right above the top of the belt. I messed up my finger. That looks bad on camera. It don't even look that bad when oh yeah, it do. Nevertheless. So anyway, it doesn't touch the belt, all right? It just comes down close to it. Very, 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 very close without touching it. And as the belt spins, that copper picks it up, and this dome sits on top. This dome sits on top like this. You might can see it better here. Yeah, you can see it better here. Now, these are the combs, right? No, this is the comb right there. And it's one at the bottom, all right? Now, it's collecting without touching. It's collecting the ions off of it. That's simple, right? But it also will shock the shit out of you, just like the Tesla coil. Touching it, and it'll make your hair raise up. Now, I got some things I really want to tell y'all about it. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit negative ion. You say, well, really, in health, that's the state. And remember, negative ions actually could be any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But these are the reference points we're using. These are the reference words we will be subject to use. Okay, for lack of better terminology. But for your understanding, expound on it. You know what I mean? Whatever makes sense to you and fit in there, I advise you to leave it in the comments or utilize what you just thought. All right? And this camera looks so messed up. It's gonna be the last time I use this. If I don't have to use this again, I will not use it ever. Nevertheless, so these negative ions. What could be done with negative ions? Okay, it regenerates the body. It rejuvenates the blood. It rejuvenates the skin. It gives the energy of motion. I'm going to say, all right. And you say, but what kind of powers will it turn on? I mean, it's a possibility. If the natural state of the universe, through the different changes of, let's just say, of the natural change in the earth, whether it be, how can I say this? If we are a natural negative ion capacitor, all right, with a shell over the top, which is a positive ion, right? So that's like a battery, right? Upside down. Nevertheless, and we connect with the earth, which is negative, and the sun is the positive. With your shoes off, you are being charged. All right? Now, what I do understand, though, is this. To remain in that state, if anything celestial, cosmic, organic, organic, any of these shifts happen, right? It would be set to only correspond with what is in its natural state, right? Which is the negative ion or the positive ion, depending on what it is and what frequency or gamma ray is coming to deploy. Okay, what type of information is coming into the sector. Nevertheless, listen. So I'm going to skip around here, bounce around. You remember the movie Firestarter? It was a little blonde little girl, blonde hair, right? Remember Firestarter? Check this out. When negative ions are passed through these generators, all right, which I'm making, and then you can make them too. When they are passed through these generators, man, all right, look at this, all right. Do you see what I see? When this is set in, see, these are the big homes. The big homes. That's the only thing. It's not touching it. It's very close. But it's taking it off and transferring the ions and it's splitting it up. See what I'm saying? It's taking the negative and the positive is going somewhere else. It's not being picked up. It's taking it. This is set up as positive. See, when I keep looking at these and I keep seeing the positive, it kind of trips me out because it's like set up for European people. So they can get positive what's the name. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like tricky. I mean, if you understand what the hell you're working on, you know what I mean? It's like tricky and shit. You know what I'm saying? Positive, positive. You know what I'm saying? So it's set up on their account. You know, they charged their account already, didn't they? God damn. Thought you need a signature to do shit like that. Nevertheless, check this out. So anyway, it's going to be negative charge up here. So when you touch that ball, you know, and they got things in there that you can see them using the Van de Graaff. The Van de Graaff, dang. Yeah, the Van de Graaff generator. The Van de Graaff generator, all right? When you touch a hole of that globe, I got a couple things over there I'm putting together, but I don't want to show you. I have more to do. I have additions. I got 2 right now, okay, I got 2. Well, I got 1 of each. So anyway, so when you touch this orb, okay, when you touch this orb, your hair will stand up. Now, these are heavy, so only some of them come up. But nevertheless, if you got like stringy hair and shit, your shit will fly like fire starter. Why? Because your body is full of negative electrons. All right. Now, I advise you to go back and look at some of the clips. Just type in fire starter clips, and you'll see when they had started coming and she was focusing. Right. This was a little girl. She started focusing or whatever, or getting angry, or she was feeling the energy that was opposing her. It's like the 2 charges that have to interact in like a circuit blow. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, let's move it forward. So when she couldn't control it. Remember, she couldn't control it because she really didn't know what she's doing. She was saying, don't make me do nothing like that. You know what I mean? And she would still be looking, and her hair would slowly start rising. That means the body, the vessel, was at that point accumulating massive amounts of negative ions, right? Now, we know this is a movie and it's telling you a truth on a scientific and cosmic level, but they utilize who? All right? The wrong vessel. Or it could have been the right vessel, depending on what actually the positive and negative was causing it. I'm going to look into that. But nevertheless, we're not on that type of shit. Let's look at it for what we can utilize of it. You know what I mean? When you look at something that's kind of fucked up, you say, but they want to throw it away. You say, no, don't throw that away, dude. Don't you know that computer still got a hard drive and a processor in it? Let me get that, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, listen. So her body was filled with negative. Okay, I'm gonna say up in the light in the light of us, it was full of negative ions. All right, to cause the hair to raise up on end. What else did she do? She caused shit to burst into fire. She started fires with thought. With thought. She couldn't control it. Do you see what I see? Just an update, y'all. Just throwing some things at you. Alright? And like I said, it's much more to this, but I know see and step on if y'all see if you what I understand also too, y'all, alright, it has to be peace. You cannot be doing anything, brother and sisters, guys and goddesses. For real. But it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, what they say, we do what we do to survive. Right. What am I getting out? I'm gonna make another video on that. But y'all expect more and of yourself. And I haven't looked into totally to start throwing away some of these garments and the correct garments to wear if I'm going to wear anything, which I will, being in this space and location over here where we are. Nevertheless, it will be done. It's a must. If you can learn that maybe you might not have to go across seas immediately in order to sustain or upgrade your health. You know what I'm saying? Really? Simply by wearing negative ion clothes. So when we cause friction and moving through it, it passes on to our largest layer or largest organ that breathes and is actual machine that accumulates negative and positive charges in order to propel, okay, cells, energies, vortexes, and all these words, you know what I'm saying, to activate certain things. See, this food activates certain things. We talk about neurons firing and synapses. Are they firing from Cheetos? Are they firing from oranges? Are they firing from kale? I don't know. But what we do know, if this is the largest organ of the body, all right, and it is also positively charged. But if you take two of these and rub them together like your mate, you and your mate, right? You instantly start negative ion charge. When we all in there like that there and stuff, you know what I mean? You instantly begin to accumulate organ energy, orgasmic energy, right? That's we get hot. When we cold, we get together and we get warm, don't we? That's making negative electrons. Not electrons. Negative ions. All right. All right. So basically, let me just do this. Cause yeah, I was right about the rabbit fur. That's triple positive. You know. When I get down here into the negative, you see steel and wood. Didn't he say? Didn't what's that dude name? The dude that made the organ device. You know his name. It'll come forward. Nevertheless, Wilhelm Reich, he created that organ energy thing, and he used steel, right? And then he used wood, right? And he used something else. But nevertheless, it's in the negative. It's on the negative correspondence list for negative ions, my brothers, my sisters, my gods, and my goddesses. All right. So nevertheless, it goes on, like, right? Amber. I'm gonna throw these at you because you might not look it up. Amber is good for negative ions. Believe it or not, hard rubber. That's on our shoes. One of the brothers was telling me, but I feel the energy through the soles of my feet, shoes. And wouldn't you know it, hard rubber. Now, what did I say about a car? More if you think about it. Leave a comment. All right. Then we got nickel. We got mylar, right? We got silver, brass. We even got synthetic rubber on here is having a negative charge. Gold and platinum, yes. Sulfur. Wait a minute. Sulfur is a negative correspondent. European people have a sulfur-based transport system in their DNA. They have a sulfur base. We have a selenium base. See, now listen to this. Our skin, according to this now, okay? According to Darwin, according to King James, we gonna figure it out though, aren't we? But nevertheless, sulfur is negative base. Their skin is not positive because the sun messes it up, right? Or give it certain bad attributes. Okay. Now, but the sulfur inside of that DNA transport system is negative. So that gives you the battery. Do you understand? Sulfur is negative. That skin is positive. Right? Selenium ain't on here, so I can't recheck anything. So I'm going to keep it moving. All right. Then we got rayon, polyester, celluloid, polystyrene, acrylic, cellophane tape, and saran wrap. Saran wrap is at the bottom, right? But it in between these is probably 50 more. In between this one is probably 100 more. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I haven't did such an in-depth study. This is my start base. All right, this is what I'm working with. But I'm willing to put any damn thing in those things. I ain't gonna tell you what. But as far as I know, if you take two of the same and rub them together, you're going to negatively charge that, and you can snatch that energy right off the top, put your hand on it, create an orgone energy, and push it right in your motherfucking whole system, and you become instantly charged with it. Can it instantly heal? I'm not saying that, none of that type of things. But I know one thing. It's not going to harm you. And what it does do, it's going to be for the greater of you. For real, for real. Now, it's so much, man. I ain't even going to pull out my notes, but if I pull out my notes, I'm going to start talking too much. And this is going to be something that I shouldn't have never started. So, y'all check into that. It's a Van de Graaff generator, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let you see something too that it was interesting. Like I was saying, it's not the magnetics; it is something else. See, like this right here is that PCB pipe, right? That I did the thing with the hair and moved the water. Well, you can roll a can; it'll make a can move by doing the same thing, charging that PCB pipe up with a dry cloth. All right, now. And over here, you can take that PCB pipe and take a plastic bag, you know, a plastic bag from one of them real super thin plastic bags, though. You take it, and guess what? You can, as it's falling down, you can put that PCB pipe under it. Once you charge it, negatively charge it, and that bag would not come down. It would stay up in the air. Nevertheless, do I have one of them bags? I think I do. I might run and see that one because I never did that one. But it's got some different things up under here. These balls under this glass, right, which is a positive charge. Under this glass, which now these are all like science projects, but this is what's going to get you to look right the fuck over it. Because you're not applying it to self. Remember, we go in with shit. You know, put it like this. We already know that the camera works and how they made it work. How did they make it work? By observing the body and how it works. How did they make the computer? By mimicking the human mind. All right. So the shit that they got out there that's electronics or so-called, we need to re-engineer that. Like they re-engineering them spaceships and finding out shit. We need to re-engineer every goddamn thing, even the cell phone. That's how we can speak to each other, communication. Stop looking at the TV. You know, stop looking at that. Because that's putting so much information in here, and you're going to need to be defragged sometime soon. All right? That shit don't make no sense. You know, but nevertheless, it's just a lot of things with perfect correspondence. So we need to re-engineer a lot of that shit, you know, and bring it to self. And say, well, then that works like that. So give you another instance, all right, to show you how deep or how real or how true or whatever the hell you want to say this is, all right? All right. So where's my list? We take let's look at the let's look at this sheet again real quick. I'm gonna show you something and give you an example of what I'm speaking on. Uh-oh. Think I done seen some notes. Yes, I have. But let me give you an example of what I'm demonstrating here. All right. All right. By like talking about re-engineering. We talk about the we got a little knowledge about the alkaline and the stuff like that there. All right, now, and that's gravy. Ain't nobody smacking that around at all. That's a must, if you didn't know. Check this out. So, the correct correspondence, positively charged, right, and negatively charged. Now, this list also, I'm gonna get you this knowledge too, so you can look at something and have something to tell me when I bring out this creative ass PowerPoint within a few days to upgrade everybody and make the shift for real, for real. Yes, Oregon Energy. Imagine everybody being a complete Oregon device, walking around without no mechanism, just the body and its mechanics becoming the mechanism with the applied perfect correspondence upon that body. Imagine that. Who would have thought such a thing? We did. Check this out. So nevertheless, what I'm gonna ask anybody out there, what I need you to do, whenever you get time, if you work, don't even try it. If you got children all over your house, don't even try it, because your work is gonna be incomplete and useless. Now, if you're like me, you're free. You do what you do, and you maintain and sustain, and you got jewels to help you do that too. So therefore, you don't worry about um, taking your time and researching thoroughly. All right. But if you all congested, don't even trip. But if you know about something, please speak on it. But what I'm getting at is this. This is how we re-engineer our body. Now we could say the negative and the positive, right? These are the reference points. Now look at what you got as a negative and positive. We all outside the body with this shit. But if you come down, I'm gonna give you. I can't do it for all because I haven't put it in there yet, right? But let's just say something we take like copper, I think. Okay? Or we go down to the hardest thing that we can actually come up in the body with. You know what I mean? We have to raise copper levels, nickel levels. What actually is cellophane made out of? Saran wrap. What is it made out of? It has to be made out of a natural organic substance. Do you understand? Saran wrap, right? They say plastic is made out of oil. Saran wrap, what is that made out of organically? What is the root of it? So that could become an ingredient in order to raise the negative. All right? You know what I'm saying? So, and you find out what's behind or in the makeup of this physical, bring it, re-engineer it back down to the organic, and take off. We can artificially do this easy. You know what I'm saying? Fill yourself with what's the name. But if we did it naturally, which they were doing, yeah, it's a possibility you could people talk about we got more DNA strands and all this type of stuff. Well, people, and then we are told that from other people, so we believe it. But it's more great. It could be that, but it could even be greater than that. Because I say and think, if one tells you something that don't want you to rise, if he told you that, then it's much more than that. You understand? So nevertheless, this is a for sure shot. You know what I mean? And let's work on some things that's gonna change some things. You know what I'm saying? We are not behind. We are on time. Our time. All right, y'all. Do what you do. I'm forward at you once again.